Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options and Play video update. So we are going to be into October this coming week, and earnings season is right around the corner. Though we are going to have to wait a little bit longer because this week is still slightly slower from a scheduled news perspective. We will have the jobs report on Friday, and we could get more unscheduled guidance because companies are wrapping their books up for the quarter. But as far as what's on the calendar, not too many big names. There's actually nothing scheduled Monday, either before the open or after the close. Tuesday before the open is Acuity, AYI, pricing in 16 points. Those are monthly options, though. It's a lighting name, has ties to the housing and commercial real estate market. Used to be a go-to names. Used to be a go-to earnings name for me because it was just such a consistent mover. But I haven't traded in a long time, and I just don't see a very compelling setup this quarter. But maybe it'll be something I watch after the numbers come out. Nothing of interest Tuesday after the close. Before the open on Wednesday, there's actually going to be quite a few staples reported next week. You got two Wednesday before the open. Helen of Troy is priced in at 11 points. Those are monthly options. This is a consumer products name, so just in a very, very steady downtrend. It has had some volatile quarters in the past, but I mean, in a pattern like this going into earnings would make me view it more bearishly. Um, the problem sometimes with this stock too is that the options can be thinly traded. So it is tough. I mean, not only is it basically straight down into earnings, but sometimes the options are kind of illiquid too. So definitely a tougher setup. And then on the opposite end is Lamb Wesson, which is pricing in 6.5 points. Those are monthly options also. So this is a frozen food company acting strong. There's been some solid quarters recently in this group, so maybe it can catch a pop if the numbers are good. I mean, it's been kind of consolidating for a month underneath its high, so I don't know if it's gonna be a focus for me, but it does seem like a okay setup. After the close on Wednesday, nothing of interest. For the open on Thursday, more staples. So ConAgra, pricing in $1.75. It's just the staple sector is just I just don't really trade it very often around earnings. I mean, next week will be that's where most of the earnings are is the staple sector. I mean, because the problem is occasionally you'll get a big move, but it's just not consistent. So like ConAgra, every once in a while you'll get a big move, but it's just not consistent. I guess if you really like trading these, maybe you could look at ConAgra or McCormick is another one, MKC, which is priced in 5 points. Those are monthly options. I mean, that's before the open on Thursday too. I mean, it's like I guess if you have familiarity with them and you have and you know the names, you like the setups, maybe it's something, but it's really just not a sector I follow too closely and or trade very often. Also, there's a before the open Constellation, so um, this one's not really a staple. It's a alcohol spirits name. The price is in 11 points, but you know it is one I do end up trading a little bit more frequently around earnings because it has had some bigger moves in the past. Just lately, not so much. I mean, I won't say the setup is anything special, but it is near the bottom of this few month support, so kind of an important quarter. Because if it does start to break down, there seems to be room lower. Um, I don't know if I'll have options on it for earnings, but it's usually something I watch after the numbers come out too, whether or not I'm in it before. So this will be something I'm paying attention to Thursday morning. Um, I haven't decided about options on it yet for the actual report. After the close on Thursday, Levi's, so pricing in about $1.80. Those are monthly options. I mean, retail still in the bad spot. Nike warned about inventory problems, so guess we'll see what Levi's has to say. I mean, it's at a 52-week low. It doesn't tend to move a ton, but it is more of like a make or break setup in the sense that I mean the stock is just in like just still in like a really steady downtrend, continue to make lows. Um, So I'll see how the week goes, but maybe it's something I look at later in the week. And then lastly, Friday before the open, Tilray. I mean, I feel like this chart says it all. It's pricing in about 45 cents. I mean, the cannabis names have been dead money for a long time, and I'm not sure at this point what's going to change that. I mean, this is basically right at its low. Um, I don't think this is going to be something I look at, even like even like after the numbers, unless this can. I mean, like to me, like the minimum it has to get at this point would probably be above 375 to get through these moving averages, because until it does, I mean, it just seems like every uptick is just met with selling. So 375 and the 100 day is kind of my line in the sand. If it gets up there after earnings, okay, maybe I'll pay attention to it. But unless it does that, I mean, I don't think I'm going to be paying attention. I don't think I'll be looking at it. That's it. So you can see there are some earnings, not many big names, not many big priced in moves. So it's more of a waiting game at this point. Um, but again, I mean, third quarter wraps up today, so companies maybe have prepared like their numbers, and we get some unscheduled guidance. You got the jobs report on Friday, so I think it'll end up being a busy week, but maybe just not so much on the earnings front. But the earnings season is around the corner, and things are going to pick up real soon. Okay, so if you like this video and you're looking for more information about trading earnings with options, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options and play. Have a fantastic weekend. Stay well, and I will talk to you on